Then got a bit of a lucky break, I suppose. 2004, I submitted a recipe to this online competition via the UKBG, and got invited to come up for the heats in the Big Smoke. So I turned up at
London, for those
of you who don't know. So I turned up at this wicked bar. Currently, it's no longer training. I think it burnt down at one point.
I'm not sure. I think
so much.
I think I know the competition. Was Stolly the sponsor?
Yep, they were the primary sponsor. Yeah, you were there.
I was on the Flair side, making a mess, and you were on the classic mixology
side. So I turn up in some jeans and a t-shirt with a backpack with some stuff, and everyone turn up in a white jacket and tie and some white gloves and silver trays. And I
remember that.
I was fucking gobsmacked. Did my little heat, was asked to come back for the finals, which was wicked. So again, bowled up to the Big Smoke, London again. And thankfully came third. Won £1,000 and then had an amazing night in Shoreditch.
Yeah, I do remember. The finals was at the same place, right?
Same place, that's right.
Yeah,
and it was carnage.
Exactly. Well, we're going to go back in a minute to some more of your accolades, sort of after that, moving forward, I suppose. But this cocktail has got a bit of a story behind it, has it not?
Yeah, nice and simple. So again, it was an online comp. I submitted the recipe. I didn't really read, and this is a major thing for competitions, guys. Read the rules. Didn't read the fucking rules. Submitted a long drink recipe. And then a couple of months later, they sent me another email back saying, dickhead, it's a short drink category. So I went, okay. So I just took the soda water out.
And what was the recipe?
Very easy. So it was kind of named after the missus. So myzo, and it's super simple, 2:1 ratio, 50ml vanilla vodka, Stolly, 25 mils of elderflower cordial, 25 on the lemon, and then a little bit of fresh chili.
Fantastic. It sounds very familiar to another cocktail out there, actually. Do you know there's another one very similar to that?
Yeah, I think it's something along the lines of perhaps a hot and spicy. Maybe there's a 50 thrown in there as well.
Funny how that came about.
Yeah.
Very strange. But for those who don't know, you can ask questions in the comments box below what we're talking about, and we'll get back to you there on that one. But do you want to make it, actually? Because I did actually buy some chilies.
Got some chilies.
And while Miles is doing that, I'm going to zoom in so we can see what's going on, actually.
But yes, it was just really easy, and I quite liked kind of exploring the idea of elderflower. You know, intrinsically, it's a very, very British flavour.
Yeah.
Vanilla is an easy flavour to work with. Smash the two together, and then for a little picante, a little bit of heat, I suppose, we threw in a bit of chili. So again, originally it was a long drink. Didn't read the rules. Took out the soda water, shook it for a little bit longer.
Just to lengthen it a bit more.
Just to lengthen it a little bit more, and then that was it. So times have kind of moved on. My affiliations with brands perhaps have moved on slightly. So the ingredients I'm using today, a little bit different from what I used at the comp, but essentially it's the same ratio.
Yeah.
So nice chilled cocktail glass, shove that to one side, grab your cocktail stuff. Nice and easy.
It's funny you talk about elderflower, because I was just with a friend of mine picking elderflower from the trees of London for him to make some kind of, I can't remember what we were making now. All I remember is just picking a shitload of elderflower. So this is not homemade elderflower you got here,
no, this is the House of Browson, thanks to Fentimans, which were a brand partner of ours. But again, slight difference in the ratio. This stuff is high strength, so you just drop it down by half.
Right.
It's double the sugar and double the flavour. Nice and easy.
That's good.
Vodka I'm using today is Absolute, but of course it could be a homemade vanilla vodka, it could be a proprietary brand you can get your hands on. Again, no stress, no fuss. Thing I like to do is cheapest ingredients in first, because if I make a mistake, I just pour the lemon juice away. Mistakes happen a lot, I'm getting old.
I was about to say, do you make mistakes, Miles? I mean,
they happen a lot.
Yeah.
So again, nice single double, lemon juice, single measure, nice and easy, drop it in. Boom. Grab your elderflower. Now you could use one of the well-known cordial brands out there on the UK market. You could make your own. I made my own elderflower cordial with the kids yesterday. That old. I know. I'm very lucky. I've got 2 types of elderflower in my garden. I've got
Pink and white?
I've got the standard white, bruv, and then we've got a bit bijou, so we've got a pink one as well.
They're so common to find, actually.
No. Thanks to the mother-in-law for that one, for planting that, bless her. So it's just a half measure on the House of Browson because it's the double strength.
We'll put something somewhere.
Spec up somewhere.
We'll put a specification of ingredients and everything in the comments box or in the description so that you can play along at home and try this cocktail yourself. And this was called a myzo. M-Y-Z-O?
As in my Zoe, that's the whole point. Well, no, that's a lie. Originally it was half me, half her, but at the comp, everyone's you named it after your missus. And I went, fuck yeah.
I did.
And I've been living off that for the last
Fantastic.
16 years. So it's a double measure of the vanilla vodka, and then just a nice little thin sliver of a little bit of chili, nothing too mental. I like to use the bottom of the chili so you stay away from the gnarly membrane and the seeds.
This one isn't as spicy as like a red eye, so
we should be all right, I think. And that's pretty much it. Now, again, ice-wise, I'm lucky. I work with Hoshizaki. I've got more fucking ice machines that I know what to do with. I've got a wicked sphere machine, and I've got the beast in the corner. But again, use whatever you want. At home, we'd be making big blocks and chopping them down. But nice and simple. No scoop for some reason, but we'll chuck some ice in.
This is a nice bar as well, actually.
Yeah, no, lucky. Again, we've got some porter bars a couple of years ago, and then we just put a fancy sort of cover on the front, fascia on the front. Cap it up, give it a shake. Obviously, the longer you shake, the more chili you get. Now, I have been made this in the past by bartenders who have discovered who I am. Make you one of these, and it's fucking impossible to drink.
It's as spicy as...
Yo, my God. And again, the older I get, the more heartburn that happens. But, double strain, single strain, it's up to you.
Personally, I do love a double strain. I'm just that bit poncy sometimes.
I think it's summer. I quite like the little crystals.
That's a good point as well.
Adds with a little bit of dilution as well. The texture.
I did see someone on Facebook the other day had a sign up saying, "Can we stop putting rocks in coops, please?" Which I thought was good. Someone had a sign, "Stop putting big ice blocks in your coupe glass," which is a fair point, really.
Was that the world of bartenders?
I think so. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. It's even better getting on there than it is looking at the news these days.
Oh, terrible.
Garnish, super simple. Again, the other recipe that's out there says to rim the glass. Rimming the glass can cause an awful lot of unwanted pain. Never want chili on your rim.
No one likes a spicy rim, do they?
And there we have it. Nice and easy.
Delicious.
Myzo.
I've been here for an hour and a half waiting for a drink, and finally I get one now. No, thank you very much indeed. I'm just going to move that for a second because it's quite intrusive into the face. It's just really fucking good, isn't it?
Very easy, very simple. Obviously, you can amp up the vanilla. Carriel vodka's a nice one. Stolly's a nice one. Absolute's a nice one. Or you can make your own.